Hey guys! Jesus, you know what it is? I'm having to do a lot of these at the moment. Responses to morons from TikTok. And there's no better moron than Princess Flu. Now, of course, I was on Way Too Feisty's live last night till quite early in the morning. And then I decided to scroll through my FYP before I hit the sack. And what do you know? Princess Flu's going through his phone because he has multiple devices, most of which are with the police at the moment, but he has multiple devices. And he was going through and he found a little screen recording that he had taken. This is like ASMR, isn't it? Filling up the drink. A little screenshot that he'd taken of Feisty and myself talking, and he thinks he's hit the fucking jackpot. Now the best part of it is as well that he was saying to his chat, please don't tell anybody that I've got this, it's gold, please don't tell anybody I've got this. Flu, you know your mother, Peter Pan, the lady who you were discussing setting somebody up for assault. By the way guys, our video's in the deep dive and in the Princess Flu fail collection on this channel. She's not a very good admin or moderator because she muted my guy instead of blocking. Anyway, let's react to this absolutely unbelievable tool.
Post it, admitting I was telling the truth, calling me a liar.
This is amazing. So, basically, when everything came out about Holly Stanley and Jade and everything like that, obviously this thing had been saying for months, Jade's a paedophile, Holly's a paedophile, etc. But this thing also provided no fucking evidence whatsoever. And of course, when it all came out, like I'm maturely saying in this live, he was right. But then he's using the fact that he was right about it as a vendetta against people like myself that he doesn't like. So he wants to talk shit about people like me and Feisty and other people like that, rather than focusing on the actual person who we should be, which is the fucking sex offender. I mean, how Flu knew about it for months without any evidence makes you think. I'm convinced the whole three of them are on the same VP wing. If you don't know what that is, it's a vulnerable person wing. Can be for nonces, paedophiles, can be for people with gang affiliation, can be people who are transgender in prison, things like that. Anyway, let's continue.
And I'm going to post it directly one after another without no editing.
He's so happy, isn't he? So happy.
Did you hear the doggy crying?
Doggies cry a lot in your house, Flu, because they've got nowhere to go. They're in a little flat, pissing all over the floor. Ugh. I mean, guys, in the 5k celebration vid, I showed a clip, and he's just got puppy pads all over, stained with piss. And it's clearly that's not been done in like one day or a couple of hours. Anyway.
Flu was right about this, because that's the kind of way you've got to be over things like this. You might not like each other, but I fucking definitely don't like that line.
Yeah, that's what Frankie's just said.
But he's trying to throw other people under the bus while looking up.
Yeah, exactly what I said. Yeah, he was right. Don't know how he knew. Bit suspicious. Because he never shared any evidence, did any deep dives himself or anything like that, any exposure content. He talked about it a lot but provided no evidence. So yeah.
It says here, FF, yeah, I go into Flu's live and I was always in Holly's.
This is Flu attempting to read the live chat. He can't fucking read, can he?
Live also. I think Natalie is a danger just from what we've seen on Holly's lives.
The thing is about Flu, you can see it in his face. He's really happy. He's really happy he's found something. But as we discuss this as it goes on, it's so funny how mixed up his fucking head is and how he doesn't understand what's actually in front of him. Now, I don't know whether it's because he's got a narrative, obviously he doesn't like me, he's annoyed at the fact that I expose people better than he fucking could ever do. But there's something going on because, anyway, we'll continue. We'll continue because he doesn't know how to process things. There's clearly something missing upstairs.
And this is evidence that they talk about me and that they talk about everybody.
Right, okay, so Flu's going to now go down the whole narrative of the fact freak talks about me, yet he got me arrested for harassment and bullying. Yes, I do talk about you, Flu. I'm talking about you right now. How fourth wall, how meta. The thing is, though, Flu, I've never made threats against you. I've never called you a paedophile. And you see, now the thing is, Flu's going to watch this and he's going to go, oh, he did. Ask him to show proof immediately. If he doesn't show proof, he's full of shit. There's no proof anywhere. And he's got all of his phones. He's going through all this bloody shit. Find any proof where I've called you a paedophile. I haven't, have I, Flu? I've never done that. I've never called you anything that isn't factually true. I've never reported on anything that isn't factually true. Unlike yourself, who called me a paedophile, says I beat my ex-wife. Newsflash, Flu, I've never been married. But anyway, that I beat my ex-wife and that I kidnapped my own children. The same children that I have full custody of, that live with me full time. Because that's, of course, the way the UK court system works. When they decide which parent should look after a child in a child custody case, they always pick the kidnapper and abuser. You absolute moron.
Together, and they support each other. But they don't know I've got this. They don't know I've got this recording. And
Whoops.
It's 2 hours long.
2 hours long.
People, I mean, it's fucking, honestly, and I wish people would come to somebody like myself or Feisty.
In the
Yeah? Somebody with a reputation for telling the truth.
they're saying, Fat Freak, check Insta.
Yeah, because people send me information on Instagram and I act on it. Jesus Christ.
How do I play it?
How do you play it? You press play?
Oh, to act,
Also, it says here, she says she isn't under probation for her recent drug charges, but still had to go there. So, I'm being accused of this crime, stalking and harassing and posting information out there, right? But what's happening in Fat Freak and Feisty's live, what I'm being accused of talking about, this is before it come out that...
Nobody in the live that you are looking at is talking about you, apart from some random person in the comments, and we've moved on.
It was a sex offender, yeah. What they're accusing me of talking about them, posting things about them.
Yeah, alright, okay. Everybody check the news about Flu on... actually, I'll do it for us right now on the phone. 1 second. So basically, Flu has an Instagram account called The News About Flu, where Flu posts absolutely horrendous claims about myself and other people. 1 second, we'll just find it. Where he calls people sex offenders and things of that nature, basically, right? So there you go. It's called Flu's News, right? Princess Flu's News. Let's see if we can find a post here. Most of the ones about me and Feisty have been taken down because of the police action, obviously. But there we go. There's one about Feisty. Called her a sex offender and a paedophile. There's one about various people who moderated for her, calling her a paedophile, things like that. Now that would be posting things without evidence, Flu. That would be lying about people. That would be lying about people. And you can't do that. I don't know how you don't understand. I don't know how this doesn't get through that fucking massive skull of yours. But anyway.
Mocking them, belittling them, stalking them, harassing them.
What would you call telling people that I kidnapped my children and beat my fictional ex-wife?
Literally, they're talking about everybody in this live. They are talking about the courts, the probation, talking about going into my live. This is both of them talking together, yeah?
Yeah, none of us have said, Flu's this, Flu's that. I've called you a liar, which you are.
So how is it that I'm doing it, but I'm breaking the law, but you're doing it, it's acceptable? Do you know what I mean?
Not all there.
The word like unbiased in the middle of things, because if you look at the deep dive I did with Jade, how I had her back to the corner, she was giving me false information about.
And the false information I'm talking about, if you look at the deep dive between Jade Palmer and myself, Jade reached out to me to try and prove her innocence. And of course, I gave Jade a chance. I said, right, okay, can you provide this that'll clear your name or that? And Jade kept giving me the runaround in the DMs. So I gave her a handful of chances in those DMs. And then I reported, and I published all of these DMs. They're in the deep dive. They were on TikTok, everything. I published these DMs. I told Jade in the DMs, I'm not your friend. I'm doing this impartially. It was all in there like that. And that's what I did. That's what I did. And I've done it with other people as well that I've done investigations on. Because those people are wanting to clear their name even when they're obviously guilty. And somebody like Jade, if she keeps giving me the runaround like she did, even if I didn't have enough evidence at the time to prove it, the other evidence was stacking up. And I could also say confidently on a deep dive that I believe Jade Palmer was guilty, or that she has something to hide because she gave me the runaround. But of course, that's a lot of thought, foresight and planning. Something which a head like that can't understand.
The deep dive you done into Jade was when you turned around and you said, Jade hasn't done any of these crimes. I've been sent...
Okay. I would like anybody to show me where during the deep dive on Jade Palmer, I said she hadn't done any of these crimes. The fuck are you talking about? He keeps referring to a video, and I'll play it if I need to, where people were sending things to me about Jade, and I was asking for more evidence. And at the time, no solid evidence had been sent to me, because it hadn't. And of course, I posted saying, well, there's no solid evidence yet, but please get in touch if there is. That was not me saying that that woman was, or man, or whatever you want to call it, was innocent. And it wasn't me saying they were guilty either. It's called being neutral and continuing an investigation. Once again.
Information. I've spoken to Jade directly, but in a previous recording, you say you didn't talk to them. You weren't that close. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking names and stuff like that.
This is the best thing because he gets confused. Feisty and I are talking about the fact that Feisty and myself were messaging each other about Jade and Holly during our investigations and saying, hey, what do you think of this person? Do you think this is a bit suspicious, etc., etc.? And this absolute mess thinks that we're talking about having a bloody conversation with Holly or Jade or something like that. It's very clear, and when it comes up in this video, I'll point it out, everyone. Honestly, I can't deal with the level of stupid, especially this time in the morning, and as early as it was in the morning last night.
Like, stuff like that can be quite useful in unfolding an investigation. Clear your cards, close your chest, exactly.
Exactly, you keep things close to your chest.
That's it, and war chest, I might add, war chest. But honestly, I'm fucking knackered, man. Can everybody appreciate that I'm fucking ill right now as well? Knock off everyone.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're talking about people being abused and sex offenders.
It's a joke, Flu, you dumb fuck.
And you're so big-headed you're so attention-seeking, you want them to, remember I'm ill, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was ill. I was a bit fucking done in at the time. And did you hear the laugh, Flew, when I said that? Did you hear the laugh? And did you hear the comment I'm about to make?
But they won't stop me with this sort of business. Keeping me
But it won't stop me with this sort of business, and it's keeping me awake, which is good.
awake.
It has. That's exactly how it's been.
Idiot.
Just so you know, on this 2 hours, 9 minutes and 58 seconds live, yeah, I have evidence of Feisty admitting she claims benefits while receiving gifts.
Moron! Oh, he goes on about this in a bit, like Feisty gifts, reported to the job centre, all this bullshit. You realise how much money you have to make from gifts before it's an issue. Feisty is not like a top bloody beggar or in the weekly rankings or whatever. Come on, Flew. I know maths probably isn't your strong point. Good luck with that one, mate.
The truth, it has been, and I said this to Max privately, I was like, it's like, I've said to him, it's like she's trying to suck away in to be your besties. You keep your friends close and your enemies.
You hear that? I messaged him talking about me, about facts. She's trying to sucker us in.
She doesn't want us looking at her.
I didn't know until today, and I've been sent a clip where Holly is saying on the line, well, he's looked into me before, I'm fine. Now, hang on a minute.
Yeah, that really fucked me off when I found out about this.
I looked into Holly over a year and a half ago.
True. I did over a year and a half ago. I looked into Holly. It was when I first started doing deep dives. I was sort of new to the game, and there wasn't a lot to find about her. There just wasn't.
There was not a lot of info.
Look at his face. He's so fucking happy. But listen how stupid he's going to sound.
Looked into Holly over a year and a half ago, and there was nothing to be found, and he was fine. However, the crimes were committed in 2015. Do you know what I'm saying?
Why didn't you find them, Flew? Oh my god, what a fucking idiot. Oh, he couldn't find them. He looked a year and a half ago and they were done in 2015. Why didn't you find them, Potato? What stopped you? What stopped you from finding them? What stopped you? I tell you what, you know what it is? The evidence came to me. I'm the fact freak. I'm a fact finder and checker. People bring things to me and go, have you heard about this wronging? And I say, what evidence have you got? And then I check that evidence is legit. I've always been upfront about that. And some people, like him, don't seem to get it through his skull. Now, the thing about Holly, Stephen Loveday, the person who provided the information about the courts and contacted the court and contacted Truth Tattler, who then contacted me, they knew him personally. It was the only reason they knew about what had happened, and they reached out through different channels. There was nothing publicly available to find about this crime. You can't find about this crime publicly. If you look for it, all you'll find is the reports and the deep dive I've done about it. You won't find anything that he's done about it. And you're sitting there bragging, Flew, you fucking didn't bring anything, did you? You just sat there going, he's a nonce, he stalks me. Can you provide any evidence? I've seen it, it's somewhere, people have definitely got it, I don't know where. What stopped you? So if you knew that there was an absolute wronging, a paedophile, somebody who'd interacted with children, and you couldn't even provide any evidence yourself, you didn't shut this shit down, you had to wait till I did it, Flew. Wow.
He chose to keep them a secret.
I didn't choose, I didn't know, you idiot. Look at my reputation. I'm not the. I don't have to defend it. Like as soon as the information came to me, I told everybody. Which this live's going to prove in a minute. He's high on Vinto. That's what it is. Too much Vinto.
I don't know. I got this.
It's funny because he keeps bragging about this, like, they don't know I've got this. This is gold. It's fucking not. This is gold for us to watch it because you look like a fucking idiot.
Shall I find out when the date was? It was done.
There's somebody in his live threatening doxing and contacting people and stuff. Flu's totally fine with that. And that's Gemma, by the way. That's Gemma... Oh, I can't remember the stupid cunt's name, but that's Gemma. She's called Stabby. We call her Stabby. She actually went to jail for stabbing her ex-partner in the neck. But Flu's okay with her being in the chat. They're even talking about meeting up. Yeah, he has a problem. He likes to call other people paedophile supporters, criminal supporters, all sorts of stuff like that. But yet one of his moderators abused horses and was found guilty by the RSPCA. And then you've got Gemma here who stabs people and goes to jail. Flu's totally fine with those people being in his life as long as they're kissing his arse.
Oh, it's done in the morning. That's strange.
Mention about only a year and a half ago. Like,
Well, then you said to me, you said to me on your lives and behind the scenes.
That you said to me behind the scenes. Me, Flu, listen. I mean, look at him. I don't think anything's going in, really. I think he's like, oh my God, this must mean this, before he's actually listened to what's happening.
That sometimes you do a face deep dive, like with a Geordie Princess, you do your face deep dive.
Fishing exercises. I don't do this as much now, but I suppose you could treat every deep dive as a fishing exercise. If you've watched my deep dives, you know I'll often plug my Instagram and how to contact me, and that if you have any further information, you should do that. When I first started doing deep dives, and I wasn't as good as I am now, I would ask, well, you know, I would say to people, well, this is what I've found so far, but is there anything I'm missing? Get in touch. And that's what a fishing exercise is. You're fishing for information, you're fishing for evidence. Anyway.
And then loads of stuff comes to you, and you get to do another one, and you're like, well, actually.
So you're admitting that you're not close, yeah?
He's a moron. This is where he thinks that I've been messaging other people, but like Feisty just said, you messaged me and said this. God, look at them teeth. But yeah, he messaged, like she said, you messaged me and said this and talked to me about fishing exercises and the deep dive. And this absolute clown, this absolute potato, now believes that we're talking about what? Messaging other people.
And you don't talk to each other, but now you're in the same live, but now you're admitting that you talk to each other behind the scenes.
Yeah, me and Feisty, you moron. He's so happy about it. He's so happy. He thinks he's got the proof of some of the bullshit that he created in his head. Like, how fucked in the head have you got to be like, well, I created this lie, this bullshit, this narrative, and oh my God, this must be it. This must be the crumb of something that I can use to prove my bullshit is true. No, Flu, no. We're talking about talking to each other, me and Feisty. Listen, you've got the clip, listen back.
Yeah, that deep dive's out of date, and this is what's happening now.
So you done a deep dive a year and a half ago, and you couldn't find anything.
Neither could you. You didn't publish a damn thing.
But the crimes were committed in 2015, and surely doing deep dives is
Right, here we go. Right, okay. I've had to do this before, I'll do it again, right? So if we come over here, and I'm going to go on to, you guys will possibly be able to, there we go. So we'll go over to Google. What is a deep dive?
This is the definition of deep dive. Informal. An in-depth examination or analysis of a topic.
There we go. So a deep dive isn't me going off and finding some fucking information secretly that nobody knows, or an investigation. A deep dive is a breakdown and analysis of a topic. So the topic could be, for instance, Princess Flu. and I would basically break down Princess Flu, what everybody knows about Princess Flu, what everybody should know. It's not what you think it is, Flu. It's not what you think it is. And as I've publicly said plenty of times, and I've said publicly plenty of times, I'm a fact checker. That's why I'm called the fact freak. People bring facts to me. I check them. Then I create a deep dive, which is a breakdown and analysis of the information that I've collected or been given and proved to be accurate.
I dive into people's lives to use Google and fucking things like that to find out information. Like,
More than
what the
Google.
fuck?
Yeah, that's it. You see, I kind of do things, I used to call them a fishing exercise. If I didn't have a lot, I would put out a video, but that was when I was doing them on TikTok as well. And it was safer to do that kind of a dive on TikTok. It wouldn't get reported necessarily. And I'd say to people,
Yeah, that was another thing as well. My deep dives were getting reported all the fucking time. That's why we're over here doing this. Was another way of protecting things.
well, this is what I've got, but please send me anything.
You put up the 1 to 10 most beggars on this app, but you...
This is as well ridiculous, right? So he's talking about the beggars now. The top 10 beggars. I've done 2 videos. It's a great series, guys. You should check it out. It's on this YouTube channel. But now he's got his timelines completely fucking backwards and arse to front. Like, the videos he's talking about now were released months after released after the Holly thing came out. Pretty sure.
You missed out that person. What the fuck?
They weren't on the app anymore when I did it, you moron.
It says here, Holly has begged money from everyone for her transition and it has never happened.
Okay, no matter what we think about Holly Stanley, you don't have direct evidence of that. But regardless, the begging thing, the video was released after Holly Stanley was off this app.
And you didn't put that up.
You realise how many fucking begs there are on this app to cover?
Yeah, you're right. Pin stuff up about Choker, yeah, saying it's done nothing wrong, but that was on the internet as well.
I didn't pin anything. Jason Choker, i.e. Jade UK, pinned a video of me, right? You say it took 3 months from you spouting off your mouth to me getting the evidence about Jade and publishing it, right? So in month 1, the first few weeks, there wasn't a great deal of solid evidence. There just wasn't. And I put out a video saying at the time there isn't any evidence, but if there is evidence, please contact me. I never said the woman was innocent. I never said the woman was guilty. Or the man, thing, it, fucking attempted rapist. I never said anything about that. I never said they were innocent, guilty, nothing. I stayed impartial while messaging that person, giving them chances to provide evidence, and they weren't, over and over again, to show a pattern that even if the evidence didn't become clear and strong enough by the time I was releasing the deep dive, I could confidently say, and it wouldn't be defamation, and it wouldn't be a legal case against me, I could say the evidence I've seen so far is quite strong. It's not 100%, but it's quite strong. However, the pattern of behaviour with Jade Crocker and the fact that she has given me the runaround and lied, and I've caught her out in lies and things like that, makes me think she's guilty.
They chose to hide it, that's the thing, because they liked each other.
Choose to hide? How did we choose to hide it? Like, how did we... Fucking moron. How was the video hidden then if it was pinned? You've just laughed about the video being pinned. Now you're saying it was hidden. Make your mind up, Flu.
They adored each other. They help each other. They support each other. They hid it from everybody.
No, I didn't. I posted all the DMs between me and Jade. All of them. They're in the deep dive. All people have to do is watch the deep dive if you haven't already seen it. The DMs are posted publicly. You're an idiot, Flu. Now you're just making stuff up, you see, because that's what you do. That's what you do, you see. And that's why I call you a liar. Because you are a liar. You're making it up. You're making it up. The DMs were there. The DMs, me and the DMs saying, you know, we're not like, hey, buddy pal, how's your day going? What are you up to? I'm asking, Jade, have you got that evidence? Can you provide that evidence? I thought you were going to the lockup. Jade, you keep avoiding the question. Could you? And like, it's all there to see.
But when Flew wouldn't shut his mouth, yeah, and the truth is out there, you still supported it for 3 months after the fact.
That's not true.
I'd posted things, okay.
You posted videos that other people had made saying this person's a sex offender, and I asked you for evidence, and you gave none.
You still supported it. The minute you turned around and didn't support it, when it was outed by the court, when the courts were called.
Oh, now he's talking about, I thought he was talking about Jade, he's talking about Holly. I never supported fucking Holly. Never at all. You will not be able to provide any evidence of me supporting Holly. Never. In fact, many people have confirmed they used to see me go into the live and leave. By the time they were trying, you know, it's because I was just scrolling through lives. By the time people saw me, they couldn't tag me to say hi. I never had any interaction with Holly at all that would be considered friendly at all. At all. I was suspicious of her, and I can even open... I'll tell you what, I don't know how to do it on here. One second. So I can prove that I was investigating Holly, at least part of it. So if I bring this over to here, this is some of my deep dives and some of the people. Now, I've never revealed this on camera before, but these are people that I've looked into before, okay? So in here, if we go to Holly, oh, what's this? What's this? There's evidence here that I've been collecting since between the time Holly had been sort of, you know, like I'd done the deep dive and coming up. So I had been keeping things to one side and looking into things and stuff like that, because that's what I do. I'd stay, you know, and you stay impartial, you see, and you swim around and you look for evidence and you look for fuck-ups and you look at mistakes. And like Feisty and I have said in this live that you are reacting to, me and her even talking behind the scenes, saying, I think there's something weird here, I think there's something going on, she seems to be playing us, she seems to make a big deal, her attitude seems to change when we go into our lives and things like that. And do you know what I mean? You haven't got a clue. You have not got a clue.
And the proof was out there, the truth teller and so on.
Yeah, when the proof came to me, I outed the proof. You were sent, like Truth Tattler said, you were sent the same message as me. You were sent exactly the same message as me. So you could have done this, Flu, before me. You could have outed it with that information before me. You could have jumped on it and done it. I messaged her. She thought I was a bit of a dickhead, to be fair. She won't have a problem with me saying that. She thought I was a bit of a dickhead because I was asking her, right, how can I prove this email? Because it had bits edited out of it. I said, that's a bit suspicious to me. Is there an unedited? But she respected the fact that I was being thorough and provided that stuff, and I went on to do the investigation I did. You fucking ignored them. You did fuck all. You did absolutely nothing with the evidence. You didn't even come out on a live and go, somebody sent me this claiming this. You did nothing. You didn't do anything until I'd done the job for you. Isn't that right, Flu?
Do you know what I mean?
You did fuck all.
Oh, God.
You did fuck all. You did fuck all. What you did instead was you went after people like me and Feisty afterwards out of some sort of jealous fucking bloody vendetta. Because what, we outed a paedophile before you did? Properly? I mean, it's not my fault if you want the inside fucking information because you shared a bunk bed with them.
How many lives of mine have people been in asking me to look at Holly? And how many times has everybody heard me and Fausty say, send us shit, send us proof? Today I've been sent stuff.
But You say you do deep dives.
Oh God, he still can't get this. He still can't get this through his fucking skull, can he? The thing is, right? That's exactly what was happening. People were making claims. Hey, Fact Freak, do you know that people have done this? And I always say, well, can you back that up? You know what I mean? I don't operate in like schoolyard bloody gossip. So if somebody says, well, Holly once said that she paid for this and she didn't, she paid for that, or whatever it was, do you have any evidence? Please send me evidence. I even said this in her lives. Well, no, sorry, I didn't. I never went live in her live until the day Jade came out. I went live in a box once or twice. But Feisty did. Feisty was in her live, literally announcing it, saying, if you have evidence, send it to me. When people came in my lives, if you have evidence, send it to me. Because once again, we've already explained what a deep dive is, Flu. We've already explained it, alright? So you yourself couldn't find any of this information because you didn't promote it, you didn't publish any of this information. You say, well, how could you not look into it? How could you not get onto Google? What's your excuse? What's your excuse? Why the fuck didn't you do it? Because it's not publicly available information. It's not publicly available information. Somebody had to reach out to me that was connected to a close member or, you know, somebody close to Stephen Loveday, Holly Stanley, to provide that for a little crumb of information, which I then went at and confirmed the courts, confirmed the information used to confirm the information of court, and we know what's happened since then.
So why the fuck are you waiting for people to send you information? So is it the other people do your get your information and send it to you so you can post it, or is it you?
Yeah, exactly that. I've never ever fucking hidden that. Everybody who I've done a deep dive on, there's been people in my Instagram saying, have you seen this? Have you seen that? Have you seen the other? And it's a constant thing, and I fucking love it and I appreciate it. And you're all the Fact Freak family, you know that. And the thing is, some of these people, they don't want to publish their face and say these claims and things like that. They want somebody else who they trust to do it. And that's what I do. That's what I do. I don't understand how you don't get through to your fucking skull.
Do the deep dives. I'm confused.
You're very confused. That's the most honest thing you've said this whole time.
Really confused. Like, when you say state, you do deep dives, it doesn't mean other people.
When you say state. Oh, English. Not his first language, maybe? I don't know.
Get the information and send it to you.
Fact Freak. Fact-checking information. God, look at that face. He's so happy. Imagine how well he slept last night. I've got a live here that proves my bullshit. No, Flu. You can't have something to prove bullshit because it's bullshit.
Like when you steal information from me and post it like it's yours.
Okay, please provide any evidence that I've ever stolen any information from you. What information have you ever provided? Look at Princess Flu's bloody profile. It's pictures of his poor dogs. And that's it. Like random fucking pictures and shit. You've never made any post outing somebody on TikTok. You've never made any post sharing sensitive information or evidence about anybody. You've never done anything like that. What are you talking about? You've never been in contact with me to send me any evidence. You've never done anything like that. You're off your fucking nut.
And I'm straight on it. And you know what I mean? Like, I've contacted a few people as well who are helping, not just who brought it to my attention. I have rang the court. I have rang Leeds Court. They've confirmed that the information...
You see, before I put out the deep dive, Flu, I was live telling people that I had done this. I had confirmed it to protect and safeguard people. You were sent this information by Truth Tattler and you did fuck all. Instead you went, oh, the fact freak, feisty. That's the problem. You didn't safeguard anybody. You were just fucking bummed out that you didn't say it first. You should have been saying it. You should have been shoulder to shoulder saying, making sure all your followers knew about it, everything like that. But instead you were whining on and whining on. While I was busy doing my homework, checking the everything matched up and then publicising it. And as soon as I knew it was right, I'm in a live like this, warning people.
The email's correct, however, we haven't got a solid link between whether that's the right Stephen Loveday that matches with Holly, if that makes sense, but we're working towards that. It's 100% fact, does not. The problem is with stuff like that, everyone wants to hang out, everyone to dry like Flu. I mean, there's a guy called Gaz who modded for Jade.
This is 100% true. Just have a look at that Instagram. I don't think Gaz will have a problem. Gaz is one of the person who lodged a file of harassment and bullying against Flu. Is one of the reasons Flu was arrested. Because Flu says things like this and makes things up like this and lies about things like this, and it's fucking dangerous because it's a lie. And idiots like Gemma here, Stabby McStabberson in his chat, who's a convicted criminal for stabbing people, and he's telling these people that people are paedophiles and paedophile supporters when they're not. You can see where I'm getting here, where I'm getting at the level of threat through your bullshit. That's why you spend 22 hours in a cell, you moron.
Didn't fucking know if I had it. Modded for a couple of weeks. Found out what the fuck was going on. Blocked her immediately. Had nothing to do. And Flu's posting all over Instagram that he's a sex offender.
That's not true.
True. Gaz, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are, Gaz has evidence. Gaz has evidence of that. I've seen it. If Gaz wants me to show that, I will.
Come on,
He
people.
supports it.
People aren't being manipulated.
Oh, he is. He's doubling down on this shit. You're a moron, Flu.
Like you claim, you didn't support it,
I didn't.
and you weren't that close,
I wasn't.
but then you admit on the same live that you supported it and you talked
You're an idiot. On the same live, I admitted that I was talking to Feisty behind the scenes.
behind the scenes off a TikTok.
He's so happy and he doesn't understand what's going on.
So behind the scenes means text messages, phone calls, WhatsApp.
Yeah, we're Feisty. You moron, you absolute idiot. I bet he feels fucking stupid. I bet he's raging. Mammy, I want my bitty.
You know what I'm saying? Instagram. Just saying.
Just saying. Terrifying.
Left, right, and centre, and people focusing on people who've been manipulated and given them more shit.
Exactly. So then I'm saying to Flu, you are focusing on people who've been manipulated like Gaz and other people who've modded for these people, and you're calling them sex offenders and sex offender supporters with zero fucking evidence of that. Zero fucking evidence. So you're attacking, if you think of, people who've been mentally manipulated and become a victim of this, people who struggled when this all came out, and we're getting tarred with the same brush unfairly. People like Jade, people like Holly are master manipulators. They're master manipulators. It's why they were on here in the first place, knowing that they had crimes against them. They enjoy the manipulation and the danger, the risk factor of it all. And you would rather hang out innocent people to dry than focus on warning your followers that you've been sent an email and information by Truth Tattler about a potential sex offender. You would rather double down and have a go at random people.
Rather than focusing on the people with a fucking conviction. Fuck me.
There's an email going around saying that Stephen Loveday was convicted in that court prior to 2015. Am I right? Yeah. For offences against a child, and we're just trying to confirm that it is Holly in her dead name.
Yeah,
we all need to come together.
I've been saying to you for weeks now, haven't I? It's just trying to keep me straight, to keep you straight, to keep the fat plate straight. Like, I'm not stupid.
That's us. That's Matt's Feisty's partner. We're all talking about how the fact Holly seemed to be keeping us sweet. We've all been talking about it behind the scenes. That is me, Maz and Feisty, Flu, not me, Holly and Feisty. Why would me and Holly be messaging going, Holly, it seems a bit suspicious that you're keeping me sweet. Like, what? Come on, Flu.
A and I don't know what was going on, and she's trying, and I said to her, she's trying to get me involved in all the dramas, and I was like, I don't want to know.
And then your name got dragged into the drama, saying that you were in a Facebook group and you weren't even in a WhatsApp group and you weren't even in a WhatsApp
And I was
group.
like, well,
More manipulation, isn't it? Now, there's not really much more on this thing, but I just want to say to you, Princess Flu, you are an idiot. And I can say that because there's facts in this video that have proven that. You've completely missed a point. You've lied about a lot of stuff. And honestly, your ego and your mind, it just takes over. You don't think, do you? I hope this enrages you. I hope it enrages you, because you should be enraged and you should think about your actions and how they affect other people. How they affect other people. Now, I'm going to ask you guys who are watching this live with me and who might be watching it afterwards, if you don't agree with Princess Flu, if you think everything I've said is correct, please hit that like button on this video and send a message to this absolute fucking wrongin'. And by the way, Flu, I will continue to make content about you. I stopped for the period of time that you were under investigation by the police. And I'll tell you a little bit about NFAs. NFAs is no further action by the police. And in any letter that you'd have received saying that you have received an NFA, it will say that there is currently not enough evidence to prosecute. However, if anything comes to light in the future, we may reopen this case. So just think about that before you start talking a load of rubbish and lies about people. Anyway, guys, I've been the Fact Freak. Hope you have a great time, and don't forget, like Princess Flu says, I have got a Patreon, and you can find the link to that on Instagram. It's about £2 a month if you fancy it. If you don't have to. No fucking pressure. Have a great day. Peace.